What happened here was that I had a commission for this painting, and I went to Brazil for about 5 weeks and did a number of projects when I was there, not just this. But I went hunting for a rubbish dump where people, scavenged in the morning. And I did put it very hard to find one because Lula had improved a lot of those people. But I did find one near Manaus. When Lula got the seal of office, a woman put a sash on him. She was one of those kids. And that moved me immensely. To select somebody who lived from the trash to represent all the people of Brazil and putting that sash on him was fucking huge. A huge statement about democracy and about the human beings that live on the earth. That there's nobody excluded. And the second job was one that I was asked by a priest to consider making an artwork about the Amazon, about the indigenous people and what was happening there. It was about 250 miles from Manaus. We travelled out there, first by car ferry, then by a smaller car ferry. We then got into little boats, tiny little boats. And on my way into the boat, some fucking body leaned into me and asked me, said, "Are you doing tourist things?" I said, "No." And I never saw the man's face. He was gone. Well, I gave the right answer. I know I gave the right answer because tourism is a fucking problem here, as well. Tourist things is fishing, illegal hunting. It's a problem. One day, a boat turned up with a man fishing in it. So Maguire went out to talk to him and told him that he had to go, that he had no right to fish here, that the only people who had a right to fish were themselves. A few days later, the same boat returned with about 8 masked men in it who had weapons. And they came onto the island, and the people fled into the interior and opened fire on them, killed 2 of them. And they gathered their dead and went back to the boat and left. People knew they were fucked because these were military police. Police issued an order there would be no indigenous on the water. And they caught one family, a couple with their son. They started to stab the teenager until the parents would give them the names of who killed the cops. Parents didn't know the names of who killed the cops. So they killed the boy, and then they shot the 2, the father and mother. And the woman who was our guide faced down those soldiers, those police, and they didn't massacre the whole fucking place. She's a white woman, and the racism of Brazil, it's very different to kill a white person as to kill a black person. Not unknown in America either. The principal worry was they were acknowledged as a nation in this particular area, but nobody drew a map for them and gave them title. So other people can steal their land. Now that's a big issue, and it's a political issue. This work here is about the damage being done to the forest. And I did get quotations from the people that I use. But from these pictures, you come and I give you the message. So it goes out. At the beginning, when I started out, not exactly 50 years ago, but not far off, I mined my own history. And then I mined history of people around me. And then, fuck it, I might as well look at the world, look outside, And I was a Marxist. I was trained in Marxism when I was young. And that gives me a refusal to accept nation states as a divider There's just one world, and there's one people on it.